That's really good, though, Aaron, coming in on after a big win like that from the weekend.
Yeah, it's great. You know, I love the working week after a win. There's always a great feeling. Among the boys. So it was good.
Yeah. What was the atmosphere afterwards, after the game? Because obviously it is only your first game.
Just really happy. Really, it's the same after every game. I guess it was particularly a little bit more because it was Heineken Cup. But soon after, on the bus, it was a good feeling. But it was quite quiet. We weren't over celebrating or anything. We know if we lose this week, that win really counts as nothing. So so it is all over this week.
How important was it just after what happened last season to get that sort of monkey off the back, really?
Oh, massive. If we lost that one, and obviously we're under a lot of pressure this week with probably a lot lower confidence than we got now. So it was very important, really.
Likely to be up against Dan Lydiate, well, probably fairly directly the way they've been selecting their teams. What do you think of that?
Yeah, hopefully that'll be the case. I'll be looking forward to that battle there. Slightly different player to myself, but he's a good player. He's a lion, and I'm looking forward to that challenge.
Someone you played with, yeah?
Yeah, someone I played with. He's a good player. I played against him with the Dragons. Obviously, he's a very good defensive player. Very gritty in the contact, and hard to get through, really. So it's going to be a lot of their players are also very physical like himself. So it's a sort of different sort of challenge this week.
Do you see yourself as a very different type of six to Dan?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, just basically in a lot of different ways, really. He's just a different player, I guess, really. Yeah.
His strengths, you talked about them, but how would you sum up your strengths at this moment in your career? The things that are really developing in your game.
Yeah, I think the line out is a particular place that I do well in, and I've done well so far this season. And attackingly, then if I get a bit of space, I like to think that I can do a bit of damage in defences, and then I'm not bad offload as well. I guess that would be my strengths. And obviously weaknesses then at times. Defensively, I feel like I need to be better, and then better in the contact as well. Both in attack and defence. So that's what I'm looking to work on slowly this season.
But the way the Scarlets are playing, certainly the way they played last week, that's right up your street, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. High tempo rugby, offloading, keeping the ball alive. That's my sort of game, really. So hopefully, we get the weather to do that on the weekend and put in another good performance like we did on the weekend. So.
Was that your best day in a Scarlets jersey?
Yeah, you could say that, really. I guess looking back, we haven't really been consistent enough to get big opportunities in the league and in the cup. So hopefully, this year we can move forward in competitions and get bigger games that mean a lot to us, really.
Did you play up in Northampton a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
It was almost a similar sort of thing as that, wasn't it? You kind of took them by surprise just with the way you played.
Yeah, I guess, underdogs and played with, played good rugby, really, and took the win up there. So, I think if we're accurate, we got the players to score good tries. We just it's just consistency at the moment, which hasn't been good enough in the team, and we just need to improve on that, really.
Is that somewhere perhaps that you guys, you look at the pool you're in, the teams you're up against, packed and stuff, but one thing that you guys can do as well as anyone is throwing the ball around. As you said, the guys you've got who can score tries when the game breaks open. Is that something that perhaps where you could have an advantage on the other side?
Yeah, I think so. We've got a lot of good rugby players and a lot of good finishers as well. So we just really got to be accurate. Our set piece has been pretty good, and the backs obviously. If we give them good ball, they're on top of their game. They can be effective, and when we're moving forward over the gain line, that's when we're at our best, really.
And your brother alongside you, back alongside you, what's that been like?
Yeah, it's great. it's great for the family as well. You know, days like that, you know, great to have in your career, and you know, I'm really enjoying playing with him, and hopefully get a bit of success with him as well. So.
Do you expect, like everyone talking about the way you throw the ball about on the weekend, do you expect Grafton to come down with almost an approach to turn it into a forward battle?
Yeah, yes. I think early on it's going to be a physical battle. I'm not sure it's going to be as many offloads and playing, because I think they're a physical team, you know, and it could be difficult to do that early on. And if the game breaks up, I think it'll suit us. But early on, I don't think it will. I think it's going to be a tight, hard-fought battle, and it's just going to be a brutal game, really. And one we got to just fight for everything, and hopefully get that win, really, from just battling hard.
We were asking Roger earlier about, you know, can you almost focus too much on all the star names in their squad? And he put it, well, it's 15 against 15. Is that how you look upon it as well?
Yeah, I think, you know, from personally, I think we're been together a bit longer. I think we're a bit of a tighter group, and I think that'll be in our favour. I think on the weekend, I think perhaps they're you know, good individuals. They haven't been together as long, so hopefully that'll show on the weekend, because we do work a lot on things as a team, and you know, going to war, if you like, together. You know, if that's the way to probably describe it for the weekend, we really go into a battle on the weekend, and we go in as a big team performance. So hopefully that'll show.
That Northampton season, you ended up not qualifying. You had a lot of injuries up front, and ended up sort of crumbling effectively up front on the back of the injuries. Do you feel that the Scarlets pack that's not going to happen again? The Scarlets pack are a different proposition this time.
I think so. Due to the fact that, you know, when we train against each other, we have 2 full packs, full contact, you know, most weeks, well, actually every week, you know, in the scrum and the line out. So I think if we do have injuries this year, we've got boys to come in, and I think, you know, I think we're in a good place there.
So you can sustain it?
I believe so, yeah. I believe we can.
Do they get quite tasty, those sessions?
Yeah, you know, they especially when boys are a bit fresh, and the scrums and the line outs, I think it's more physical than the game. I do definitely believe that. Really? So
everyone battling to get into the team.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's boys are getting, you know, as I said, just going 100% against each other, right. And but it's good intensity. We do that on a Tuesday morning, you know, 9 o'clock first thing we're in, going head to head against each other. So
good preparation.
It's good.
Like
it's really good preparation. It's tough, you know, but it puts you on edge for the weekend, definitely.
We sat around this table before about your position and your versatility. Yeah. But you see now that it's 6, you've nailed 6 now. That's the position.
Yeah, I feel so.
Because there's talk here, but there's a lot of 6s at the club.
Yeah, it is difficult in that sort of way, you know. You know, if the team asked me to play somewhere else, then I would, you know. But you know, I definitely feel that 6 is in the position that suits me the best.
And given the fact you've got other quality 6s, to have that jersey is an achievement, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Yeah.
Could Josh make a claim, do you think, to carry on as an 8 and make that something of his own, or do you think he'd rather stay where he is?
It's a difficult question for me to answer, but I guess, you know, it's his first game at 8 that I can remember, so you know, not easy for himself to come in and just play a different position in a high intensity match. So we'll have to see how he goes this weekend, and you know, I thought he done well, so he did do well. Yeah, he did. We got a good unit there, so no, it was pleasing, really.
Playing against Robshire as well, that must have been an interesting experience.
Yeah, they had a great back row, Harlequins. So, you know, we talked about that. You know, who's going to win the battle of the back row, really. Yeah. So we tested ourselves there, and I thought we done well.
You know, in this competition, you're going to come against people like that all the time, right?
Yeah, it's week in, week out. You know, so, and you can't really afford to lose as well. So it's tough, you know. But it's a great competition to be in, and you know, before the game, there's always a little bit more nervous, a little bit more on edge, and you know, I really enjoyed it, really.
I guess you, like every player, hopes it continues next season, basically.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be gutted if it goes. I don't actually know who wants it to go. But,
It's a good question.
yeah, it's a good question. But you know, it's hopefully something will be resolved anyway.
Is there still that, you know, like this week, last week, does it have that extra edge, the build up?
Oh,
Because it's like,
yeah, massively. Just the whole feeling does change, you know, because there's not that many opportunities. You know, if you lose the first 2 games, you know, your Heineken Cup is gone really, and the dream of winning the, you know, your club's best trophy goes. And you know, I'd love to progress. You know, that would be definitely a great achievement. You know,
because you look grown up, I guess, watching Scarlets of the past, you know, regularly getting to quarterfinals.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
semi-finals.
it's it's something when, like we feel we're good enough to do. We're just not consistent enough, really. And this really is our year to show consistency in performances and progress in tournaments. So we just got to do that now.